Did you know you can cut wood with your Cricut? I'm going to show you how to make these wood ornaments and a few fun ways to embellish them. I've got the full tutorial coming up. Stick around. You are watching Creative Ramblings, where I share simple craft tutorials. Today we are talking about wood ornaments. You can cut wood with your Cricut and make cute ornaments just like this. If you like simple craft tutorials, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm here with new videos every week. All right, let's take a look at the wood that you can cut with Cricut. This is basswood. You can find it at a craft store, and it comes in a bunch of different thicknesses. This is 1/16 of an inch. You can also cut 1/32 of an inch. I really like this. It's still flexible, it's pretty soft, but it cuts really nicely with your Cricut. Now, in order to cut this in my machine, I'm going to need a couple things. I'm going to need a strong grip mat, that's the purple one, some painter's tape, and the knife blade. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this wood on my mat. I have to cut it down to size first, and basswood is pretty easy to cut. You can use a straight edge and a craft knife to do so. I've got a link to my absolute favorite craft knife down in the description if you want to take a look. We are making ornaments here today, but if you want to learn more about cutting wood with Cricut, be sure to watch this video right up here. Once I have a piece that fits my mat, I'm going to stick it onto the mat, and then I'm going to take painter's tape and secure the edges all the way around. This is a necessary step to make sure your wood doesn't move around during the cutting process. Now let's jump over to Cricut Design Space and create some ornaments. I want to create some unique shaped ornaments, so I'm going to search for tree in the Images tab of Design Space. And I found this tree-shaped ornament that's going to be perfect for what I need, so I'm going to select that and add it to my canvas. Now I want to make sure that my tree is about 2.5 inches wide because I know that's the working space that I have on the piece of basswood that's already on my mat. Now I really like this overlay that comes with the tree, so I'm going to make sure that that is sized the same way, and I'm going to change the color of it on my mat here so I can tell them apart. What I'm going to do here is cut the bottom layer out of basswood and cut the top layer out of iron-on. Now I'm going to repeat this process for a star, a bell, and an ornament with a snowflake on it. For all of these, again, I'm going to cut the shape out of basswood and then the top layer out of iron-on. When everything's sized appropriately, I can hit Make It, and now we can get the machine set up. Couple steps you want to note here. You need to cut on a mat for this. And I've got 4 different projects lined up on the left. The 3 colorful ones are my iron-on. I can save those for a little bit later. The first one is the yellowish color here. This is the wood. I am going to line my ornaments up exactly how my wood is lined up on my mat. So I put that strip of basswood onto my strong grip mat, and the center is right around the 2-inch mark. So really pay attention here and make sure that your ornaments are lined up where your wood is. Now you can select 1/16 inch basswood. If you go to Browse All Materials, you can search for that. Then it's going to tell me about the knife blade. You want to be sure to calibrate your knife blade if you've never used it before. Follow the instructions up on the top. Now that Design Space is all ready to go, I'm going to come over to my machine and get this prepped. The first thing I want to do is take out my fine point blade and put in the knife blade. You're going to take off the clear plastic cap on the bottom and just place it into clamp B. The next thing you want to do is take these little white star wheels and move them all the way over to the right. Now we can load up the mat and cut these ornaments. This does take some time. Because of the thickness of the wood, your machine is going to do a number of passes to make this a really clean, deep cut. When the cut is complete, be sure to check your wood before unloading it. You will be prompted on the screen as well. If you need to run it through another cut, go ahead and do that, but check that before you unload the material. My cut looks like it went through really well. It actually cut a little bit over on the tape, but that is just fine. It cut right through it for me. Now I want to cut the iron-on pieces that's going to go on top the ornaments. So make sure you move those star wheels back to their original position, and switch out the knife blade for the fine point blade. Then I'm able to cut out the iron-on pieces that will go on top of these ornaments. Whenever you're working with iron-on, make sure you mirror the design over in Design Space before sending it through, and always save your scraps. These little pieces that I'm cutting are very small, and they work great with scraps of iron-on. I'm going to paint my ornaments just using some craft paint here. Then I'm going to let these dry before adding the iron-on. I have weeded out the designs, and I've got my Easy Press Mini here on low heat. Basswood is very thin and you do not need a lot of heat to make this stick. So I've got my dry painted ornaments ready, and I've put down a protective layer over my cutting mat. What I really like is I can line this up and take my time and make sure that the graphic fits on the ornament just perfectly before I run my Easy Press Mini over the top. These ornaments are so much fun to customize. I added some designs on the front, but you could easily personalize them with a name or a slogan or anything you want. These make excellent gifts. They also make really cute gift tags. I'm just finishing mine off with a little bit of twine, and they are ready for the tree. So that is how you can make wood ornaments with Cricut. I hope this inspired you to get creative this holiday season and make some ornaments for your tree or for a gift. If you like this video, if you learned something today, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.